yeah, you can see this team and how we're just gonna try. All right, we're gonna try. I am going to make no promises on how good this team will work. All right, I just want to make sure we're clear here. This team, I'm hands off. It may be good, it may be awful, it may be, you know, the worst team I've ever made. In theory, if you can like never ever get hit with Yoimiya, then this team is absolutely amazing for Yoimiya. But I have a feeling that we all eventually will be fighting an enemy that will hit back hard enough to, like, you know, stub our toe. All right, we'll put it that way. So yes, I don't recommend using this team. I hope that Yelan has enough energy for me to not, you know, ruin my entire rotation here. Okay, with a little bit of coursing. All right, then we got this. Yep. All right, we're looking good already. We're doing great. By the way, if you're not familiar with Yoimiya plus Yelan, I would love to know where this guy went. I need orbs, I think, for Eugene. I've got no idea at this point. I love it. I love how he just hid behind this. But, you know, this works. This actually works for this team. Yeah, it's great until he does that, and then we are staggered. Yeah, this team immediately is just failing. You know, please don't, like, you know, with a couple of these Furina teams where I'm like, oh, don't use her on this team. You know, there's been some pushback, and there's been, like, you know, some, you know, like, you probably should, you can run it. It's decent enough to run. Just don't. Do me a favor, do everybody a favor, and just, you know, instead of Jean, you just put Zhongli on the team. And theoretically, you could just leave Furina on the team and just not get stacks exactly like Hu Tao. Stupid! I don't really... I mean, it works. You can do it, but should you? I recommend this team. If you're looking for a Yoimiya team, this is the team, right? There's just no other team that beats it. Like, Furina, I'm sorry, but she just ain't it, right? She ain't it. Also, a lot of people have been talking about my Furina build. I'm going to be honest with you. She struggles for energy, which is why she's built the way that she is, right? She has 259% energy recharge. Sure, I probably do need to start testing out, you know, double HP, Sands, and Goblet, you know, but overall, I'd rather run 250% energy recharge. And, I mean, we could, technically, because, like, I tried her on HP Hydro damage bonus, but I had not used Favonius, I don't think.
Why are you the way that you are?
I think I still needed the energy recharge Sands. We'll see. I'll see. I'll do more testing. You know, I could switch easily when I'm using like a mono hydro team to this, and this would absolutely increase my HP to phenomenal levels. Like, let's just come over here, 49,000. Yeah, I just want to make sure we're clear on this. Like, my build for her with double ER was just mainly for versatility, right? Just being able to slap her on a team without having to change your build every 5 seconds, because with how many Furina videos I've been making, sort of, it's not really that many Furina videos, because most of them are just like individual teams. Like, this team would be put into a compilation of teams had I not, you know, done it like this, but I did do it like this. So yeah, just do me a favor and use this team instead, because it's just way more consistent, even if the DPS is lower. Like, it's just better, you know, you get easier. Yep, all right, then we'll pop Zhongli's shield. Yep, and then I need to come over here, and we're going to pop this. Great, yep, all right, let's pop this, and Yelan, you suck. This is all because Yelan started out without having her energy. Great, I love it.
A surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one.
But given we get enough energy here, like this, and, you know, come here and that, and then we, you know, come here, and then you can see the damage. Like, even if Yoimiya doesn't impress you with, like, 50,000 vaporizes, right, you're still, like, this is good damage by off-field. It's like a sort of, I think this was first called, like, a shotgun team, because you would use, you know, Fischl on it also. So if you were to just use Fischl and stuff, like, overall, I'm not like the hugest of fans in terms of, you know, Furina, but I think overall, like, maybe you could make the case for, you know, once again, actually no, Yelan and Xingqiu kind of need their energy pretty badly on this team. Stupid! So that is a huge thing. Like, you want both of these characters who are regenerating hydro particles constantly. you know, Furina is doing that, but I don't think it's enough because you're also on field collecting the hydro particles with these hydro characters, so definitely better if you just run both of these. But if you can get away with it and you run like Furina on Favonius, again, you know, you could probably get away with running Yelan Furina, you know, in this team and just run Furina for her damage. Now, that's not a good way to run her. I don't recommend running her like that at all, right? You know, Yoimiya, I feel like overall, I'm sort of stopped using her because she really does, like, you know, Hu Tao, Yoimiya, like, once you start getting into the serious single target characters, and then I have, like, someone like Risley here who's just like, oh, yeah, just use a melt charge attack, and he does 200k. I guess that's because C1, but, like, I feel like overall, Risley just feels a lot better to play, and he has an AoE burst, and that's a huge AoE compared to, you know, someone like Yoimiya, who, is her burst AoE? I don't even know.
3 or 4 times, maybe.
I'm gonna pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
Overall, AoE characters generally run the game. I mean, right now in Abyss, you could use, like, this team specifically, but generally you'll run into Abyss floors where it's like, oh, a couple enemies, and then, you know, then you'll have your boss fights, which you know, I feel like I've sort of, you know, Yoimiya, after I would say like Fontaine, I'm really starting to like realize like AoE, you know, I think it's specifically after this guy, when he controls the AoE, and then he's also, you know, when he goes up against boss fights, he's just also still that guy, right? You know, I sort of sour onto the single target characters like Hu Tao, Yoimiya, you know, even Sinnoh I kind of am starting to think better of because of his AoE.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
You know, I haven't used him. Next video, I will try and make Sinnoh plus Furina. I need to make that video, but the issue is I don't have Baizhu, so, yeah, Sinnoh mains. How we thinking about Jean? Jean on Viridescent, and we swirl Electro. How we thinking about that, guys? But this team, if you're a Yoimiya main, I recommend just, you know, maybe use Furina in a different way. Furina, also, you know, if you're a Yoimiya main, you're basically, you know, you're not running like the most optimal setup, right? Because if you were running the most optimal setup, this would be an Electro character, and Zhongli would be a Dendro character. Yeah, that is basically it. I'm pretty sure Yoimiya gets out damaged by Hyper Bloom, so yeah. Same with Hu Tao, right? There's the whole single target thing. It's just like my 886 EM Kuki can basically, you know, out DPS these characters, right? This is why we need that Pyro crit damage character. Once we get the Pyro crit damage character, we run, and hopefully they don't do all-field damage, right? Because we don't want that character to do all-field damage, because we want Yoimiya and, you know, Hu Tao to be able to get their vaporizes still. So hopefully that's going to be the case, and they won't do all-field damage, and they'll just buff Pyro crit damage, right? Ooh, we also have to test out Ayaka and Ganyu with Furina. That is gonna be something too. Yeah, so I got a couple more Furina videos coming, and then we'll basically be close to nearing the end, because I can't really do anything with Nilou. Because if I run Furina with Nilou, I have to run a triple Hydro time, and there's just not enough sub DPS for me to care about buffing. Furina would be the only sub DPS, and I guess Kokomi's on-field damage, but that's just, I don't think that it's enough, right? Since people in the comments have mentioned, you know, like my Furina damage is low, and, you know, I'll try and start using the double HP, you know, we'll see how that works. I just never thought to start using it, so yeah, I'll try it, you know? So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Huh?